Let's dive in to the crown of the flame. You're walking through the army camp with Gabriel and Lee by your side, okay? We have just over 1,000 former Stormholt soldiers under my command. The mercenary force led by Severin was 2,000 strong. Unfortunately, only half of them stayed to fight for you. That leaves us with only 2,000 troops. We'll need more if we're going to retake Stormholt Castle, a lot more. What about the common people of our kingdom? Do you think we can rally them to join us? Word of what you're doing will spread. If your legion reaches them, if it inspires them, they just might fight for you. As you approach where Leon's men are camped, you see Jackson. Queen Kenya, something's been troubling me. Please allow me to speak. What is it? When we first met, I treated you as though you were nothing. You had no idea who I was. Still, I took your sword from you and I behaved abominably. He kneels before you. Please, Your Highness, Your Majesty, don't let me lessen your regard. Okay. I will always. He leaves a proud look on his face. That was well handled. Thank you, Gabriel. I have to admit, it feels odd having someone treat me like their superior. It's the way of the myth. An ant alone is nothing. An army of ants under the command of one queen, that is another thing entirely. Speaking of, look around you. As you look around, those who fall under your gaze stop what they're doing and salute you. Your victory over Severin has had a major impact. Indeed, it has. Much the way a bolt of lightning has an impact upon a tree. You pass the mercenary section of the camp and cross paths with Val. Lady Kenya, I need to thank you. For what? For making me the new commander of the mercenaries. When one falls, another one rises. Anyway, we need to talk. My mercenaries might have agreed to help you without our usual pay, but we're going to face a real army if we go against Prince Marco, and a well-equipped one at that. Our leather armor fine against drunken bandits, but might as well be paper against Naraka soldiers. And my man's armor needs repairs badly. So we need coin, and lots of it. Where can we get it? Ever heard of the Legion of Orilla? The Gilded City, east of the Five Kingdoms? I've heard tales of fabled gardens and gold mines. A city rich beyond all imagination. That's the one. If my memory serves me, it's also a hidden city. One that would be considered immediately if its locations were known. It is hidden, but I know the way. I've been there. You've been to the Golden City. Orilla hired you. Even the wealthiest cities need a little hired muscle now and then, especially when they want to keep a low profile. We clear some bandits out of the mountains for them, 1 week's work, and we lived on that pay for months. It won't be easy getting their coin. Don't know if Queen Kenya here's up for the challenge. A challenge? I have the utmost faith in you, my queen. Thank you, Gabriel. Let's hope the people of Arilla feel the same way. Lead the way to Arilla. Leaving the majority of your army in the grasslands, you march with a force of 200 through the forest to the base of a mountain range. This is where things get interesting. The mercenaries get to work clearing aside a mass pile of boulders. After an hour of work, they've revealed the opening to a secret mountain passage. So this is how they stay hidden. There's a dozen traps and false trails steering travelers away from Arilla. Believe me, finding the city by any other means isn't easy. I imagine not. After a long journey winding through treacherous, narrow mountain passages, your group reaches a guard post at the outer edge of... Okay. The city is beyond beautiful. They say Arilla is gilded by the precious ores mined from its very foundations. Let's hope they're willing to part with some of it. I've managed to recruit an army, but that won't do much good if you can't feed it. Oh, something in my eye. Hold on, one moment. Oh, dear God. Okay. Could we even get money for siege weaponry? Perhaps, if the legends are true, then Aurelians guard their wealthy closely and see visitors as threats. Guess we have our work cut out for us. Indeed we do. 2 carts approach. Halt, outsiders. State your purpose. We are here because we wish to form an alliance. You must have heard that the false king Luther Navaricus has taken the 5 kingdoms. I am the rightful queen of Stormholt, and I am gathering my army to march against his son, Prince Marco. Your war doesn't concern us. They will. You've only remained safe because Luther hasn't found you yet. Ally yourself with our cause, and we'll protect you. Let us speak with your leaders. They will want to hear our offer. The 2 guards look at each other. Very well. Much appreciated. There's that charm I was talking about. Oh, cool. Thank you. Apparently I got mentioned. Is that going to end up popping up there? It probably will. The guards look down the trail at an army of 200. Whoop whoop. I'm afraid we can only let a small party through. No more than 5 people. We can't allow a foreign army inside our walls. Understood. My army will make camp far from your gates. The last thing we want to do is seem threatening. Then you are welcome to come in, provided you leave your weapons with us. Hang on. We have to hand over our weapons since when? You've gotten to be... I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words on that. You've got to be joking. The 2 guards exchange a brief glance. These are troubled times. It is our sworn duty to ensure the security of Arilla. Surely you can understand our purposes. Of course. You look pointedly at Leon, who grumbles as he hands over his sword to the guards. As others begin to follow suit, Val walks over to you. Here, let me help you with that. As Val helps you undo your weapon belt, she speaks in a voice too low for the guards to hear. I don't like this. They're acting more paranoid than usual. You think they're hiding something from us? Maybe. Or maybe something's happened to make them even less trusting of outsiders than they used to be. Either way, I'd feel a lot better if one of us had a weapon, just in case. You got a small blade on you, something you can hide. I do have a dagger. You really think I should sneak it in? My gut says yes. If my gut's wrong, the aliens never need to know. Some choices pay off later in the story. Sneak the dagger in. What? I have to pay gold for that? It's too risky. What if they catch us? We need these people on our side. Fine. Guess it's just me and my fist again. You hand your weapon over to the guards. You, Gabriel, and Leon, Val, are led into the Golden Hall of Aurelia. You don't think they notice if the golden statue went missing, do you? They have so many. Don't you dare. Just a joke. Not like I would really steal a statue, melt it down, and then sell it to buy a triple-bladed... Hello, travelers. Yeah, got caught off there, didn't you? A bejeweled woman, adorned in gold, approaches, smiling at you. A guard is beside her. Welcome to Aurelia. Hello. You must be... Flatter. I'm no... the ruler. Oh, we're pleased to meet you. We're here to speak with you about joining our cause. You must know that King Luther Nervacus has taken the 5 kingdoms. Yes, of course. I'm current on all the latest gossip. I am Kenya Rise of Stormhold, the rightful queen. Kenya. That does sound familiar. She's the one wandering the Westlands looking for help. I survived the slaughter when Luther betrayed and murdered the royalty of the 5 kingdoms, and now I'm raising an army to take back my kingdom from Luther's son, Prince Marco. Oh, how thrilling. They must sing songs about you. Not yet, but we should get someone started on that. Everyone knows of Aurelia's fabled wealth. It's only a matter of time before Marco farms this city and plunders it. Support our cause. Help us now, and once we've beaten Marco, Aurelia will be under our protection. You have an interesting proposal, but Aurelia has never backed an army. It doesn't make for good concept if it's hardening and wars get bloody on everything. No, the nobles of Aurelia would positively revolt if I told them we're funding an army. Val whispers to you. Let me talk to this lady. I can convince her that armies make good for gossip. Huh. What this woman needs is to understand that war isn't just some inconvenience. Let me talk to her. I'm sorry, but the bandit would probably do better. Have you ever seen the sun rising over a battlefield before the first arrow ever been shot? Or ridden a horse as fast as he can go in the pitch black night because you're part of a surprise attack? That sounds so exciting. And you think you know how to throw a party here. You should see an army of mercenaries after a battle. Well, maybe I was wrong. If the nobles here could hear you talk, you just might capture their interest. Yes, defeating Marco would be an excellent story, and one I could see Aurelia being part of, but it's not entirely up to me. You've got to understand, I'm no warrior queen. I don't rule with swords and shields. I rule by keeping my nobles happy. That means getting their support for decisions like these. I know. Stay for the celebration, drink with us, let Aurelia get the measure of you. Thank you. It's very kind of you. My attendants will provide you with proper attire. If you want to impress the Aurelians, you hardly do it dressed like that. Proper attire? Can you... A word. Gabriel pulls you aside. A rooster does all he can to not upset a hen's house. Speak plainly, Gabriel. We're guests. We should do as our host wishes, especially when we are in desperate need of her support. Very well, but no comments from you on how I look. I'll be as quiet as a temple mouse. You turn back to Lady Anne. I'm going to call her Anne, because I am not good with names, or words, or speaking. You dare. I look forward to changing into proper attire. Wait. What the whoop whoop? I only can do this. I can only do this. That looks awesome. I can't do that. But that looks... Oh my god. I had to... After being dressed by Anne, attendants, you arrive at a banquet hall. A feast of food, wine, and entertainment lay out before you. Not a word from me, as promised. Well, I didn't promise anything, and you look stunning, my queen. Oh. At least most of the dirt is gone. Thank you. Now, let's get to this party. Attending a party in order to defeat Marco is ridiculous, if you ask me. Luckily, no one did. We need as many allies as we can find right now. This party will be an excellent opportunity for us. Gabriel's right. Opportunity? What about fun? Come on, everyone. Time to find out if those swans on the table are just for show. Your people move to the tables. As you go to join them, you notice a man staring at you from across the room. Stranger. Hello, stranger. Ignoring him, you sit down. You're good with the sword, I'll give you that. But anyone who grew up in a fancy castle can learn to swing still. That said, I'll bet my armor all those uptight nobles never let their princess drink anything real. I've drunk plenty. Prove it, unless maybe you think you're better than me at this. Are you challenging me to a drinking contest? I wasn't being subtitle. I'll even make it more interesting. If you outdrink me, which no one ever has, I'll make up a song in your honor. Oh, frick. I would have loved to do that. I'd rather keep my wits about me. Suit yourself, more for the rest of us. Anne comes over. Can I get you anything else, sweetie? Sure thing. Why don't you all try this? She pours out glasses of wine, for you and your friends. Okay. This is the best wine I've ever tasted. Of course. only the finest for our guest, my guest. Anne watches in horror as Val downs an entire bottle in one go. Not very strong, though, is it? That was aged in green oak for over a decade. Anne turns to one of her servants. Psst. Go get a bottle of our finest for Quinquina, and some grub for the rest. Thank you, Anne. What's the point of having excellent wine if you can't share it with excellent company? You enjoy the next few hours filling the warming buzz of wine as you chat with your soldiers. The man who are staring at you earlier steps out from the shadows. Lady Kenya, a pleasure. You've been watching me ever since I got to this party. Not true. I've been watching you ever since you arrived in Orilla. I could have killed you for that. Not true again. And why is that? Because I only allow things to happen that I want to happen. And I wouldn't allow someone to kill me since I'm rather fond of me. And you are? Right on. An associate of Lady Anne. Well, Ray, the associate, are you saying that I saw you only because you allowed me to see you? Precisely. And why would you allow that? The same reason I allow anyone to see me, either because I am about to do them harm, or because I find myself desperately attached to them. Really? Well, I suppose I'm unharmed, so you should be very concerned. We're about to be interrupted. But if you wish to continue our conversation more intimately, meet me in the gardens. He leaves just as Anne arrives, slipping her arm through yours. She whispers to you, "Now that the party is in full swing, I thought we might escape for a private celebration of our own. What do you say? Join me for tonight's real fun? I promise we won't talk about business, just us." Anne winks at you and motions for you to follow her as she walks away. You look from Anne to where Ray is standing, just about to leave the gardens. Further off, you see Gabriel. I could spend more time with Anne, or meet gardens, or go talk to Gabriel if I'm ready to call it a night. Oh, know what I'll be doing? Calling it a night. Crap. You go find Gabriel. You make a new friend? I'm not feeling up to socializing right now. Cheer up, my queen. This is a party after all. I'll never be able to enjoy a party, not until Stormhold is mine again. If it's any consolation, I believe we've made a good impression. I heard the Aurelian nobles talking with Anne. They seem to be in favor of supporting us. Let's hope we stay in their good graces. Indeed. Now, playing as Dominique, as you and Rose are returning to the kitchen, you notice that many of the guards aren't at their posts. Something's going on. No guards? The halls do feel less intimidating than normal. Just then you catch a young messenger boy heading toward the throne room. Follow my lead, Rose. Of course. Psst. You there, boy. I'm not supposed to talk to anyone. I have to go straight to the throne room. This is a matter of life and death. Surely you can talk for that. I suppose so. What is it? When you enter the throne room, can you leave the door open behind you, just a hair's width? it mean a lot to us. What? So you can spy? Spies are bad. I'm going to tell the guards right now. Listen, I'm not a spy. I'm a legendary hero here to defend the bad guys. Huh? Stand watch, Rose. I've got this. Be quick, Dom. You pull the boy into a small room. What are you doing? Don't hurt me. You don't have anything to fear from me. I'm a good guy, just like out of the old tables. Prove it. I can make fire do whatever I want. Concentrating, you make a ball of fire appear in your hand. The flames grow and are blue. You can use magic? You're just like the ones of the old legendary warriors. I'm a defender of justice, and if you want to be a good guy too, you'll help us. Yes, I want to be a good guy too. I'll help. You and Rose trail behind the boy as he steps into the throne room. The door left barely open. You sneak up to the door and peek in. Here you are, sir. Bartel reads the message. Good news. Our spies say everything is going according to plan. The girl is in the Golden City now, just as Prince Marco predicted. What about her army? Army? She has only a few fighters with her. The rest are outside of Arilla. And Queen Anne has kept Kenya and her people there, as ordered. She proven rather useful. There'll be no escape for Kenya this time. Oh, how surprised she'll be when she discovers that Prince Marco is the one leading his soldiers to ambush her. Oh no, Kenya. Indeed, man. Indeed. That's bad. You handed your weapons over the gardens of Arilla, showing trust in your new allies by leaving. That's going to be bad for me in the next chapter because I have no weapon to defend myself. You choose not to participate in a mercenary streak. Okay. Choose not to meet with... Oh! Dear goodness. Alright. Bink put me up to 16. Whoop whoop. Wubba lubba da da. Dominic discovers that Prince Marco plans to ambush Kenya and Arilla. Can he warn her in time? Don't think so. All right. Well, thanks for being a part of the stream, anyone and everyone. I will be coming back to the stream. I'm just going to need a moment. I need to get me a drink. Parched. And I think I'm going to start... I don't know. I'm going to look into it. Because I tried to go into the Mario Kart, and if you actually go to the head part of my page and go down, I think it has it for me streaming a couple of minutes. It wasn't on. But for the outro for the next video for YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for watching. If you are watching from YouTube and you continue to go through this, check me out on Twitch, Death7Jester, Gamertag, also on Omelet Arcade, which is streaming through Twitch. You'll just be redirected, but it will actually give you a heads up when I'm streaming. I'm going to be putting a schedule in soon, and catch me on Twitter, Jester World 1, and This Jester's World for YouTube, where these old videos will be going. Thank you and keep gaming.